What is up, legends, and welcome back to another video on the Hooked on SuperCoach channel. Today's video is about Big Bash SuperCoach. So the last video was EPL SuperCoach. This video is about Big Bash SuperCoach, and if you didn't watch the last one, obviously most of our supporters and subscribers are here for our NRL SuperCoach videos and everything. We obviously do pretty well in that, but I'm doing pretty well in the EPL SuperCoach and Big Bash SuperCoach. First time playing both of them this year, and so I thought may as well expand the channel with the Hooked on SuperCoach to kind of cover a lot of the sports that SuperCoach now that you can now play under. And so, obviously, with the New Year's resolutions coming up, trying to get back into the videos and the podcast, and obviously with the Chrissy gifts of a new mic. So, hopefully it all sounds a little bit better as well, upping the production a little bit there. And so, yeah, today's video is really about Gameweek 4 coming up. Gameweek 3 has just been completed. I'm sitting at a season rank of 308, so I saw a big green arrow last week, up 678 with my 1236, and so this video I break down what's worked so far and how I'm kind of attacking Game Week 4. So let's get into the video. So, and the thing with the Big Bash is the lockouts are so quick, so we obviously had the last game yesterday with with Hobart Hurricanes and Melbourne Renegades playing. And so that kind of topped off both Hurricanes and Stars. I had their double last week. And so that's something that I've definitely been looking towards doing so far in Big Bash SuperCoach. It's really attacking those double game weeks and loading up with as many players as you can with them. So let's kind of go through how the team went last week. Ben McDermott, he is on the chopping block big time this week. So got a duck and didn't do much in the last 2 games in the last game week there. And so yeah, definitely on the chopping block there. Philip, he kind of had his first bad week so far this season. Stoinis, he's just him. He didn't bat. Actually, I think he didn't bat in either of the games. So that 141's coming just from his bowling there, and so yeah, he's someone that's just a perfect all-rounder and someone you'll definitely want to have in your team moving forward. Glennie Maxwell had been a bit disappointing there, but that second knock against the Thunder there, how he just came in, knocked 40 runs off about 20 balls, kind of shows exactly what he can do. And so even though I don't think Stars have had the opportunity so far to bat first this season, they're pretty much always chasing, and their bowling's been really good this year. I think Stars, I think their Stars are looking good to break their duck for Big Bash Championship. So obviously I'm a Sixers fan, so I've had my fair share of the glory there, as well as second team being the Brizzy Heat, being located in Brisbane. So always in and around the success there. But yeah, it's good to see the Stars finally doing well. It's a bit refreshing to see after so just for context as well, big time Big Bash follower, followed ever since a kid growing up. I don't know if you can see, there's no sponsors on this jersey. That's how old it is. This will be 10, 15 years sort of old jersey now. So yeah, definitely have been following, and also just love my cricket as well. How good we've won the Ashes. But just side note here, what is going on with the bloody pitches? We had it in Perth and we've had it now in Melbourne. The 2-day test match, definitely not for me. I much prefer the longer game form of the cricket. Sort of 5 days, that's what, 5 days. That's kind of what I know test cricket to be, and seeing it done in 2 days, even though it is exciting, it's kind of taken away from cricket long term, I think there. So hopefully we can see a longer test match in Sydney, I think it is, at the end there for the 5th test. And so, yeah, we got a bit distracted there. Back into the team. Sammy Harper, he's opened the batting now for the last 2 weeks, and he's looked absolutely brilliant and is killing it. So definitely going to be holding on to him. Tim David got 82 points, and that was all in his first game. He actually, while he was batting, he got injured and did his hammy, so he's out for the season now. So he's also someone that I'm going to be looking to move on this week as well. Salesman, he's my loop option. Captained him last week after Stoinis got 80 odd in the first game. I'll just take the 3 points after game week 1. I captained, what's his name? I can probably see. I don't know bloody how to do it. Mitch Owen. I captained Mitch Owen from with the Perths, not Perth, with Hobart. They had the double, They had the double game week and game week 1. I captained him and he got bugger all. So kind of definitely taking any runs on the board in Supercoach, and I think that's definitely a tactic that's working. So yeah, if your team's got a double game week and your vice captain, so to speak, scores anything above 70, 80, I'd definitely be taking that loop, and because they obviously have that second game in hand. When someone like Stoinis, even though he hasn't had the opportunity to bat in the last 2 weeks, he can also bat as well. So not only is he a good bowler and getting wickets there, he also is a pretty good batter as well. Khan, he's just sitting on the bench there after Thunder's double game week last week. I'm happy with him. Finn Allen is kicking on, and with Perth Scorchers doubling this week, I believe, round 4. Yep, Scorchers double. It's time to load up on your Scorchers players, and it helps that I've currently got a few: Allen, Hardy, Marsh, and Connolly. Continue moving forward. Jackie Edwards, 21. I think that's his worst score so far this season. He's been elite, unreal with the bat and ball. Someone I'm definitely looking to hold. Same as Jack Wildermyth. Both have been kind of great all-rounders. Same as that Stoinis category, except they usually get a chance to bat. So yeah, definitely happy with those. Chowdhury and Jordan brought in last week. Not too happy with them. Jordan more happy. Chowdhury I'm looking to move on. I actually thought he got injured during the game, but it was not too bad and he came back on. Tommy Curran, 186. How good's he playing with the ball in his hand? Hardy didn't get any runs. Mitch Marsh got his highest score so far this season with, I think it must have been 16 runs. Yeah, he's not been too good. Hopefully he can improve in the double game week. And then Connolly in the flex there who keeps ticking on. So that's kind of what happened last week. Now it's talking about what we're looking to do moving forward and attacking kind of round 4 here. So the best schedule in Game Week 4 is obviously the Perth Scorchers. So we see the Perth Scorchers doubling in 4 with the Stars on the bye this week. So obviously a lot of players brought in a lot of Stars boys last week. However, they're on the bye this week. Now, don't go and rush out and selling them though, because in round 5, they've got a double game week again. So the Stars boys are really looking at someone that I'd rather just hold and put on the bench this week. Run the depth a bit thin, and then next week get them back on the field for their double game week. So yeah, I'm not looking to sell too many Stars this week, and so let's kind of get into the trades. So as I mentioned, Tim David being out for the season, he is a sell. Chowdhury as well, not really getting any runs at 140 odd K, someone I'm looking to move on as well. And the same as Ben McDermott, I'm looking to move him on as well there. So we'll move him down. We'll bring Finn Allen up to wicketkeeper, and now we can kind of go ahead with our trades. So who am I looking at bringing in this week? Number 1, Matty Short. He looking to hit form again now for the Strikers, and someone that also opens the batting and is a pretty gun batter, but also bowls. It's kind of rude not to. I think the way to be winning Supercoach and doing well in Big Bash Supercoach is loading up on those kind of all-rounders, those players that can score runs with the bat as well as take wickets with the ball. So Matty Short for me is someone that is coming straight into the team after killing it sort of last week. Moving on to the second most traded in, or the player I'm going to be bringing in. I think they're also in the most traded in players as well, yes. It's Wada from the Short's teammate from the Strikers. Wada, he played really well last week as well, got some decent runs, and he looks to have his spot cemented sort of in the team at least for now. So he's pretty much bottom price, 49k. The only reason I am bringing him in this week is to free up the funds to bring in Matty Short. And so yeah, it's also his teammate. They've got a double coming up at some time in the future. So do they? Let me look. When do they double? 4, 5, 6. So game week 7. So a little bit away. But yes, there's someone that you may as well just start being proactive and bringing in. And so that leaves us with 1 spot free. And so I'm going to be bringing in a Scorchers player, because obviously they got the double this week. I already got 4 of their players. I'm kind of well prepared for this double coming up. And so I don't really need to bring in too many. However, I think I just want to bring in 1 more from there, and it is Laurie Evans with the bat. That leaves me with 1k left in the bank and 3 trades for the week. So Leaves me with 16 trades overall and 1 boost left for the week. But yeah, these are sort of the trades I'm looking at bringing in this week. We'll now touch on the most broad and solid players this week in Big Bash Supercoach, and we'll go by the top 10%, so players that know what they're doing at least. So, traded out, as I sort of mentioned there, Tim David is number 1. Definitely agree with that. He's injured, gone for the rest of the season. Looking to move him on. Second is Chadri. He is someone that I'm also moving on. Look, he's not a must sell, but he was definitely disappointing, and he didn't open the batting last night, so I kind of brought him in to open the batting, and I think he batted at 5 last night. So someone I am looking to also move on there. Number 3 and the most traded out is Stoinis. Now, this is someone I don't agree with, especially even though they don't play this week, they play next week, and so I think people are moving Stoinis on to Matty Short, and then they're going to be stuck next week with how they're going to bring in Stoinis. They could probably figure it out. However, he's just someone I'm looking to hold. No need to burn a trade there. Looks like a season-long keeper. Looks like a gun. So that's one I wouldn't be kind of moving on there, Stoinis. Number 4, Ben McDermott. He is someone that I'm also looking to move on, and someone I am selling myself there. So yeah, completely agree with that. 5, Mitch Owen. Now, boy, has he lost some value. I kind of started the season with him as well. Not fell for the trap, but his form he hasn't been able to replicate his form from last year at all. So obviously he's a batter and bowler, a lot more of a batter, like opens the batting for the Hobart Hurricanes. However, can roll the arm over, and I think that's the only way he's been getting points this year so far is from his bowling. So yeah, he's someone, if I had him now at 125k, yeah, look, I still would move him on. He's lost a lot of value, so I might be looking at buying him in a couple of weeks, but yeah, he just hasn't been himself at all. Number 6 and the most traded out, Glennie Maxwell. He's someone I probably wouldn't be trading out. I'd be more inclined to trade him out over Stoinis. However, as I sort of mentioned, Star's got the double game week next week. You're trying to conserve trades. I wouldn't be looking at moving him on. Number 7, Chris Jordan. Look, I get it if you need a bowler. I still think he's one of the better bowlers in the position, and so he's someone I'm looking to hold. But I definitely can't knock the sell, especially if you're bringing in a couple of the like Cooper Connolly or a couple of the the Scorchers players there with the double this week. So not my favourite trade out there, but someone that I wouldn't be opposed to moving on. Number 8, Dan Sams. I moved him on last week, and yeah, look, no regrets. You can move him on now. Number 9, Shabir Khan. He's someone I'm looking to hold for now. He's looked pretty good with the bat as well as the ball, and so yeah, he's someone I'm looking to hold. And yeah, number 10, Jack Edwards. Definitely wouldn't be selling him. The only reason people would be selling him is because he's now 206k, so he's made 100k pretty much on his starting price, but he's been elite so far this season. If you just look at his stats here, he's got 104, 111, 145 and 21, so he's someone I definitely wouldn't be moving on. Like, I think that kind of low score was a one-off, and with the Renegades, Heat, Stars, Hobart coming up, I would be looking to hold. I think, again, someone like a Stoinis, all-rounder, is someone you kind of want for the season. So that wraps up the most traded out. Let's discuss the most traded in. And as I suspected, with the double for the Scorchers, it's a lot of the Scorchers players predominantly through this. So number 1, Cooper Connolly. Completely agree with this trade in. He's going to be my captain this week. I'm getting a bit forward of myself there, but yeah, he's going to be my captain for the week. He's a great all-rounder. Kind of got a few wickets last week, but he can also knock it around with the bat as well. So yeah, I think it's a great pickup. Obviously a bit expensive, which is why people must be selling your Stoinises, your Maxwells. But yeah, he's someone that you definitely got to have for this week, especially with the double. Number 2, Finn Allen. Completely agree again. Someone I already own. I would be getting him in. Completely agree with that trade. Number 3, Mitch Marsh. Now, I don't know. He's someone I started the season with and have been very disappointed with. He's got no runs this year so far. But the double game week is someone I own. I don't know if I would go out of my way to buy him. Look, there's value there. He's only 70k now. However, he just hasn't looked good at all so far this season. So, obviously, with the double coming up, times might change and he might finally get some runs, or he might get 8 runs this week and 10 runs in the second game. So, you might get your 18 points instead of 0 points. But yeah, look, hasn't been too great this season. Not my biggest love for a buy-in, but I completely understand it. Number 4, Wada. Look, love this trade in. Look, he looked pretty good there. Batting, got a few runs. Let's see. So he got 70 points last week. He's got a negative break even. He got 34 runs, and that's pretty much all he got. But he had a quick strike rate, so he was ticking it over pretty well. And so he is doing pretty well there. So someone I would definitely buy in. Gonna make you some cash. Decent fixtures coming up. Gonna play at least. And so can't knock that. Number 5, Matty Short. He's someone I do agree should be brought in. Probably higher on this list. I'm just assuming with Connolly already the most traded in. It's kind of expensive to afford both Connolly and Short, being both over 220k. But he's someone I definitely would be looking to get in. Someone myself I am bringing in. And so definitely look to be moving towards Short. Number 6, Aaron Hardy. Look, I've got him. I would bring him in over a Laurie Evans. I just can't bring in Hardy because I've already got him. So I'm kind of bringing in Laurie Evans. Can't knock it. I'd bring him in if you need the cash, or to free up the trades, or to get more doubles. So can't knock that. Same as Joel Paris, Laurie Evans, Josh Inglis. I'd bring them all in. I think I do prefer Hardy on top of all of them, and then probably Evans, Paris, and then Inglis at the bottom. There. And then number 10, Joel Davies is being brought in. So he obviously is going to make a bit of cash. He's got 2 good scores back to back there. Looking good, bowling well as well for the Sixers. Sixers aren't going too flash this season though, to be fair. But I'm sure we're turning it around, and So that's the most brought in and most solid players this week. We'll kind of go back to my team, complete my trades, lock in the team for the week, because in 4 hours the Gameweek's going to kick off. So I'm going to have to get this video out. I don't know how many people are going to view this content. As I mentioned, Hooked on SuperCoach kind of specialised and focused on the NRL aspect of it all, but with a bit of time off over Christmas and a bit of more inspiration trying to big up the channel again, I'm trying to expand it. So doing Big Bash and EPL. I kind of know my stuff as well. Obviously ranked in the top 200 in EPL and the top 300 in Big Bash. First season playing, so I don't know. Hopefully it continues and it lasts. But if you're watching it, give it a like, give it a sub. We appreciate the support, and then get ready for a great season of NRL SuperCoach coming up. But we're going back to my team and my trades. We are selling Benny McDermott, Timmy David, and Chowdhury. Bring Sam Harper back up to keeps, and then we're bringing in Short. We're bringing in. We may as well just go down here a bit easier. We're bringing in Wada, and we're bringing in Evans. I need to flick up a bowler. So we'll bring down Wada, and we'll bring in Laurie Evans. So those are my trades for this week. I'm not boosting. I don't think I need to boost. I kind of have a lot of the Scorchers players already, and so I think I'm in a pretty good spot. So I'm hoping for another green arrow this week. However, with there being only one team doubling in this per Scorchers, I'm just going to straight up captain Connolly, and I'll trust that he'll do well with the battle ball in the first game or the second game. Hopefully tonight he should do well against the Thunder. They are probably a weaker opposition compared to Hobart. And so, we'll be captaining Connolly. We can vice-captain anyone, really. We may as well vice-captain Matty Short as we're bringing him in this week. And so the depth is actually going to be a bit weak this week. Obviously, we're holding a lot of our stars plays as they are going to double again. So we'll take Stoinis out of there. And I actually don't have a bench this week. So all the stars boys are out. So it's kind of these starting players is kind of, they're going to have to perform, because that's all I've got. So this is how I'm going to be lining up for this week. Hopefully we see some more green arrows and continue to surge up the ranks. Again, no idea how I'm going to finish up. This is kind of my first crack at it, same as EPL SuperCoach. But I just kind of love my fantasy sports, love my sport in general, and just expanding the Hooked On channel there. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your trades. Let me know your rank. Let me know who you're looking to bring in this week if you're playing Big Bash SuperCoach, or even if you've just watched the video. I appreciate the view, and hopefully we continue to surge up the ranks and continue to grow the channel, and hopefully it's a big 2026 coming up. So Merry Christmas, guys. Hope you all had a great Christmas. Hope you have a great New Year's, and we might see you back next game week for the Big Bash. But yeah, that wraps up this video. That shows you how I'm going to attack Game Week 4 from inside pretty much the top 300. If this video helped, give it a like, subscribe, let me know your rank and trade plans down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers, guys. Peace.